A lot to unpack this week in this episode review of Quantum Leap, episode 16, Ben Interrupted. There's a lot to get through, so let's just get into it. Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and welcome to my Quantum Leap review series. I'm reviewing this on a weekly basis, and I'm back here with Ben Interrupted. Now, before we begin, obviously, there's probably going to be comparisons drawn by people to the episode Shock Theatre from the original Quantum Leap series. From the teaser last week, people have already been saying that. However, this is somewhat different. Although, interestingly, in Shock Theatre, Sam Beckett leaps into 1954, October the 3rd. And here, in this episode, Ben, who leaps into the character Liam Connor, who's a private investigator, we'll get into that, actually leaps to 1954 also. So is that a coincidence, or is there something in that? I don't know. But anyway, so this episode here, like I said, Ben leaps into the body of Liam O'Connor, who turns out to be a private investigator, and he's been hired to go into this asylum to find the sister of Elaine Sullivan. Now, the sister's name is Judith. She's been locked up because of a somewhat nasty ex-husband that she had, and Liam's got to go in and try and formulate an escape with her from Georgia Island Asylum. While in there, straight away it becomes apparent that these people are not treated very well, as was the case in asylums back in the day. That's the way it seemed to be. And while in there, you've got this doctor who is basically experimenting on people. He's using people for his own experimental methods, and when they die, he covers up the death and this sort of a thing. And this is what the outcome will be for Liam O'Connor and for Judith. There's two elements to this story, because there's a lot more to it than that. It very doesn't much link in with the modern day aspect of the story. In the modern day, the Quantum Leap team get alerted to the fact that Janice's tracker has been taken off. They've obviously let her go, but she's being tracked as to where she is. So they go round to find Janice, but she's taken the tracker off to actually get them to come over, because as it turns out, she's not happy with the fact that they've told her they'd keep her updated on the leaps, but they're doing it a bit late. When she hears that Ben is in 1954 and also that Martinez is there, she says this is his last chance to stop Martinez from doing what he's doing. He's there, and we come to find out that he's there to stop Martinez because in a future leap of Martinez's, he ends up killing Addison. And this is the last opportunity that they've got to do this. Now, Martinez and Ben end up teaming up in this episode, so there's a lot of crossover between the two of them. And he's got to help Ben to leap, or to free Judith so that he can leap, and well, primarily for him to leap is the reason for him helping, because he does stab Ben in the back. Well, literally in the neck. He does stab him in the neck towards the end of the episode, so we can see the nasty side of him as well. Even though they were helping one another and he has helped him throughout, we can see this nasty side of him. So yeah, that's, you know, a bit of a turnaround in that sense. I mean, quite a sort of vicious scene, shall we say. And then this all culminates at the end of the episode, where we come to find out that Janice has figured out that there is a mole within the Quantum Leap team, and she's now figured it out that it's actually gonna be Ziggy. Ziggy's the mole, yes. And we do see Ziggy's light sort of turning red, so Ziggy's the bad one. Wow, what a bit of a turn up for the books. Now, yeah, this episode itself, I think this series is on an upward stance. I think it's really found its feet now, and it's started to progress and gets stronger and stronger week on week. Okay, last week's didn't do too much for me, but the one before that was very good. I feel sort of comfort within the series and within the writing. Now, I know a lot of people have issue with you've got the primary storyline, you've got the secondary storyline, and Quantum Leap in the past never had that. It was all about the primary storyline, about the leap, but this series goes in two different directions. It has the leap and it has the modern day stuff, and some people get turned off by the modern day stuff and they just like the leap, and I think other people like the modern day stuff and not so much the leap. The modern day stuff intrigues me. I like what's going on there because it gives us something different to focus on than just the leap, and in that, this Quantum Leap series stands apart from the other. I'm not saying that it's superior to the other, that's by no means the case, but at least it's trying to do something different, and it's intriguing in what it's doing with that. Obviously this series ends with either one of two kind of a tease into the next episode. It either gives you the tease of where Ben's leaping, or it gives you a modern day tease. And in this case, it's a modern day tease. Now, it was a bit in the scene where Janice smashes Magic's phone on the floor just because she doesn't want people hearing. It's a bit dramatic, a bit over the top, not really needed. It could have been a case of let's take your phone and just put it in the car and let's step away over here and let's have a chat. Not so great on screen, I suppose. Not so dramatic, but it makes more sense than I'm going to step on your phone, whereas we could just put it aside. There we go. No, I thought this episode was very good. I thought some of the acting in it was very good. The character of Ben, the character of Addison, it was great to see Martinez pop up again for a bigger shout in this one. That was great. I really enjoyed that. I don't think there's any elements about this episode that I didn't like. I thought, the scenes where Ben first entered the asylum and was being wheeled through, and the screams and his reactions to the screams, his kind of jumping and this sort of a thing, I thought it was all very well done. Set a mood, set this a fantastic mood within the asylum. Aesthetically, the asylum looked fantastic. Dirty, horrible, grimy place that you wouldn't want to be. There are elements in the story structure, in the writing, where things happen very quickly. Kind of like he's asking a question of this other character called Ralph, at breakfast or whatever it is, asking about if he knows Judith, and then all of a sudden, Ralph says, "Oh, I haven't seen her for a few days," blah, blah, blah. And then, oh, there she is. She's just walked in, literally, as you've mentioned. Those kind of things in the script. But, you know what, for the most part, big thumbs up from this episode. I really enjoyed it. It was thoroughly enjoyable. Probably one of the strongest episodes of the series so far, in the top 3 or 4 episodes at least. Maybe even, I'm probably being a bit thingy there. Probably maybe top 3, top 2 maybe. But yeah, very strong episode. So let me know your thoughts down below. Obviously, I've left out the stuff about what Martinez's final journey, where the journey takes him. What did I mention now? I can't remember. I've been talking, but there we go. But no, a thoroughly good episode. Comments are open. Let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. Let me know what you thought of it. Let me know whether you enjoyed it, whether you didn't enjoy it. Was it a bit too similar to Shock Theatre? I think we're going to get that inevitably anyway. And I think the writers knew that by citing 1954 as the year that he leapt to. And that might have been a little tease on their part, but there we go. Anyway, this is AJ. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. And I'll see you all later. Take care all and goodbye.